Listen, it's a delight to have you here, and I'm really excited to start with our forum.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, I've been coming to this Canada Sales Congress for a long time, and we have never, ever, not one time, put the best speaker of the bunch up here to share ideas with you. Jim Ruta and I were on a stage together at the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville. Some of the greatest speakers that you could ever imagine, Tom Hagna, David McKnight, and the like, and he stole the show. And so what I'm gonna do today is I'm not gonna let him introduce anybody else. I'm gonna introduce the Jim Ruta, my coach, to share some ideas with all of you. Jimmy, take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, as unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I want to talk to you. I only got 15 minutes, maybe 20. But I want to talk to you about how you are unconsciously holding yourself back in this business. I've had the great benefit and the great fortune of working with some of the world's greatest agents, being in some of the greatest audiences, to watch some of the greatest people speak, just like today. And here's what I know, that there are some lessons, there are some practice management lessons that you're learning that are actually holding you back. They're not letting you go forward. And I think that has to stop. It's kind of the talk we had in Nashville. So this is a little slice of that, and let me show you how this is. I think it's time that you are unshackled from things that are holding you back. Just doesn't have to be that way. So I have 5 quick ways that you can be the most productive life insurance agent you want to be. Now, I'm saying life insurance agent. You know what? If you want to be a financial planner, this doesn't necessarily apply, Jan. If you want to be an investment advisor, this may not apply to you right now either. But if you want to be, Nicholas, a life insurance-based financial advisor, I don't know, what does Van call himself? A life insurance agent. If that's what you want to be, then listen up. I have a couple of ideas you might find useful. Number 1 of these 5 ways for you to unshackle your performance. Number 1, take the limits off your client count. There is a rumor out there, and I say rumor because I hear this all the time, where practice management coaches are saying, well, you know, I had one client not long ago, in fact, said exactly that. She said, well, my coach said that the reason I'm not more productive is because I have too many clients. So what? Say again, what? Too many clients. Yes, I have too many clients. I said, how many do you have? He said, well, I have 158. That's too many? Oh, yeah, I can't devote the time. And that's wrong. Thank you. Van Miller just crossed 7,000 clients. My buddy George Sigurdsson in Winnipeg has over 3,500 clients. You see, that advice is advice if you want to be an investment advisor and everybody's got $2 or $4 or $10 million with you. That's how that advice works. So here's what we do. There are no client limits in the life insurance specialty in this business. There just aren't. Van has, think about this, Van has 7,000 clients and 2 full-time assistants who do all of his service work. And it's not impossible. He even calls his clients. And as you heard earlier on, and they're calling him. You see, the idea in this business is that we need to help more people. Otherwise, we won't have a business. The banks will take it. We want to help more people, and we don't just want to chase big cases. Listen, I have nothing, Najee, against big cases. They're all fabulous. But everybody, like your brother, they need basic stuff. And we need to take care of them too. And there's nothing wrong with that. And here's the lesson. There's a little formula there, which is really important. It's attitude equals 1 over the length of time since your last sale. 1 over the length of time since your last sale. What does that mean? That means if your last sale was yesterday, it's 1 over 1, Tomas. That's 100%. If I sold them yesterday, today, boom, they're cooked. Right? If I told them 10 days ago, it's 1 over 10. It's 10% attitude. If it's 100 days ago, I don't even have an attitude to worry about. It's just that sort of thing. And I'm reminded of something that was said by Paul Tompkins on the Canada Sales Congress stage a number of years ago. He said, always, Paul Tompkins said this. He says, beware of the big case. If you chase a big case and you don't get it, you have nothing in the mill. If you chase a big case and you do get it, you still have nothing in the mill. So either way, you'll have nothing in the mill, and that's always a bad idea. We don't want to do that. Number two, I think this is a very big issue. And it's one that I think I cross. Some folks don't like this, although I'm quite fine with it. Let me explain this to you this way. It's this. I think we ought to plan with our prospects while they are protected from insurable threats. I think we do an awful lot of planning. I find some clients, and I'm a coach to advisors, and I work with all around the world. They spend 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, 2 years planning how to do something. They just never do it. They don't get paid for any of their work. Clients don't get anything. And all the time, clients are unprotected from an insurable threat that can make a difference. So here's what I believe, that professionals ensure that clients plan while protected from insurable threats, not while they are exposed to them. What does that mean? That means, here's what you can do. You know, the financial planning pyramid usually has a base, because it sounds perfectly legitimate. Well, you know, you have to start with a base of a financial plan. If you were going to build a house, you'd have a plan. You'd have a plan first. Not exactly true. You'd actually have your financing in place before you get a plan. Otherwise, there won't be a house. But here's the deal. Instead of having, by the way, is financial planning good? Yes. Should everybody do it? Also, yes. Is it the first thing you do? No. Why? We believe, and we've been testing this for the last 4 years now, and it's amazing. We move the financial plan from the base of the pyramid up. So we separate what I call essential financial security from those things that create financial independence. We separate the two. The plan's in the middle. We get the essentials covered first. That's so that, as my friend Andy Kovacs says, so that you can be okay in a moment of truth. Because when something awful happens, it's just too late. So help clients take care of their essential financial security at the very beginning. And this changes the game. It's easier to understand. You get paid to plan for people. Thomas, it's great stuff. Look, we'll do all this work with you. That's fine. But let's make sure the basics are covered. Well, I don't know how much whole life should I buy? I don't care. Let's buy $5 million a term. We'll figure it out later. How much of us, well, I don't know how much of that disability insurance I should buy. Isn't that right? We think like that, Mr. Epstein. I'm not sure. Oh, no, and Stephen doesn't do it that way. I know for a fact. So we do it that way. So we reposition planning between essential financial security, life, disability, life-altering illness cover, long-term care, even some cash value life insurance. And I say that, and some people are just kind of, no, you can't sell cash value life insurance before you've maxed your RRSP, maxed your TFSA. Look, I have about $400,000 of room left on my RRSP because I don't buy them. But I do spend over $100,000 a year on my life insurance. And you know what? That's money, like Van was talking about earlier, that I'm guaranteed to have. I know where it is. When the market slumped, in May of March, April, May of 2020, never lost a dime. In fact, my insurance just kept on going. That's number two. Number three. Oh, by the way, just give them a chance to say no. Here's the other thing. Learn this from a guy, Sanjay Talani, and not just Sanjay, but let's just Sanjay Talani, by the way, his goal next year, look him up. Sanjay Talani in Dubai. His goal next year is 1,000 times MDRT. And what does he tell you? Now, by the way, what if he's overstating it by a factor of 10? Still pretty good. Still pretty good. But here's what he says, is that the idea is to specialize and then collaborate. The truth of it is, top advisors don't compete, they collaborate. They collaborate. You know, over 100 years ago, and we heard a little bit from Dean Harder earlier on today about the Mayo Clinic and the Mayo Brothers in Rochester, Minnesota. It was more than 100 years ago that the Mayo Brothers invented, you know, Rob, they invented this whole idea of medical specialty. Until then, everybody did everything. And it's taken us to right now to figure that out on the life insurance, on the financial services side of the coin. And here's what I know to be true. Nobody can be a doctor of all theologies. You cannot be, well, good afternoon, my name is Dr. James W. Ruta. I'm a doctor of all theologies. Yes, sir, I specialize in cardiology, rheumatology, immunology, oncology, urology, proctology, astrology, because it sounds the same. I do neurology. Gosh, I even do geology in case you have rocks in your head. Yes, sir, I do all theologies. You don't go to thank you. You don't go to doctors like that. But all of a sudden, oh no, I don't want to miss anything. Gee, if there's anything with the word insurance or financial in it, just come over to me. And not only will I help you, but I'll do it personally. Because I'm a wizard. No, you're not. I often say to people, I say, you lie to your friends, I'll lie to my friends, but let's not lie to each other. The truth of it is, you're only going to be good at one thing. And however, can you collaborate to do everything? Yes, you can. My buddy Mark Halpern is a philanthropic strategy specialist. If I were in the business today, and I'm so disappointed I'm not, worst mistake of my life was giving up my license. But if I was doing a charitable case, you think I would do it? No chance. I just ship it over to him. Let him do it. I'll move on to the next deal. That's what I would do. Because he'll take a case that's a $200,000 premium and he'll make it a $400,000 premium. So I thought I was making $200, he'll make $400, my half will be as much. It could be more. Why wouldn't I do that? You see, you want to do those things that inspire you so that you can inspire others. I talk in my program's about ICON protocol. Icons are those people recognized as representative symbols of what it means to be the best in the business. Van Miller, Brian Ash, another icon, Nicholas Abani. These are the people that are iconic. When you think of the best, you think of those people. That's what you want to be. But ICON is also an acronym for what it takes to be one. And the I stands for inspiration. And Sim, you do this so well. You're inspired, and people catch your inspiration. Inspiration is catchy. It's catchy to the point where it becomes their urgency to take action. And what do we want? I had a guy once today, says to me, it was a client of mine, says, you know, Jim, I don't know what's going on out there today. I said, really, what's the matter? Well, I got to tell you, I got to talk to a lot of people and talk to them about their insurance needs and their financial planning. And, there's not a lot of urgency out there to do anything. There's not really a lot of, nobody really jumps at the idea of making progress on it. I don't know what's going on. I can't feel anything. I said, there's just no urgency out there, Jim. There's just nothing at all. I said, are you waiting for them to bring urgency to the meeting? Because if you are, Doug, you'll be waiting for a very, very long time. If you don't bring the heat, it ain't gonna be there. And do you think a guy like Najee brings any heat to a meeting? You think Dave, look, and it's different kinds of heat. Turner is not a jump on the stage, bounce around kind of guy. But can you feel the heat? Of course you can. It's because Marcia's there, whipping him into shape. That's how that works. But you can feel it. So it's not about, well, we got to jump up and down and we got to yell and scream, which is what I do. And to my long-suffering wife, Rhonda, who's at the corner here, I go, oh, yeah, that's him, all right. So that's the thing. Number 4, let me tell you about this. I still have a copy of the Round the Table magazine from March of 2010, where this was a cover story for Round the Table. And the story was called Better Than ABCs. And here's what I think. It's time for no more ABCs in this business. Here's what I mean. You don't need A clients and B clients and C clients. You just don't. Oh no, I know in the investment business, they tell you that. But those suckers are lying to you if you're selling life insurance. I can tell you the best agents I know. Ask Van, do you have A clients and B clients and C clients? No, I just have clients. My buddy Lawrence Geller will tell you all of my clients, anybody that I choose to take on, get the best possible service I can offer. The best possible. Why? Because they're my clients. Think about it this way. If the 80-20 rule counts, like 80% of your clients give you only 20% of the business, and 20% of your clients give you 80% of your business, that means if you treat the 80% who only give you 20% badly, like most of your clients kind of get average, what does that mean? That means most of your actual marketing, Sri, is going to make your brand look worse, not better. So you provide top service to all. Van does it, but actually Van tells a story. It's actually perfect. I don't think he told it here, but it tells all the time. If you think, well, now that you're a client, Sim, I'll give you the best possible service. Anytime you call me, I'll be on the phone. I'll handle anything, day or night. And he says, no, I just lied to you right there. He says, I don't do any of that. But my team, my assistants do that. Right? And remember, your book is the best source of new business. People are looking for, by the way, if you have a big book, you've got a big source of new business. Remember, the average client buys 8 times in their lives. 8 times. And you think, well, I sold them once, they're all done then. Doesn't work that way at all. And you never know the source of your next big case. How many of you have had a little case, one you adopted, one you picked up off just a little thing, and they won? You know what? Van's had like 8 lottery winners in the last year. Who do you think gets the money? Van Miller. Do you think you have all the share of wallet of all your clients? Because if you do, I have a bridge you might be interested in buying. Right? You just never know. Number 5, let me finish up, I got 30 seconds. Life insurance is more than risk management. There are 3 ways that prudent consumers use life insurance. Number 1 is short-term tax-free cash at death. That's what it does. Provides short-term tax-free cash at death. Term insurance for those short-term needs, your mortgage, the disability issues, like that's short-term stuff. Then there's long-term tax-free cash at death. If I do a crystallized taxation on an estate freeze, and I got $1 million tax bill, I can just get a basic plan to cover that $1 million of tax. Long-term tax-free cash. The third one is this: long-term tax-free cash for life. And we don't do this because in the financial business, what do we say? We say that life insurance is only risk management. Just risk management, that's all we do. And we get very pompous about that. And the regulators, they get it wrong too. I'm going to be speaking to regulators at the Advocates National Symposium coming up. And if you never see of me again, you'll know what happened. And here's the point. Life insurance, when used as intended, is not an expense. It's a contribution to an asset. When used as intended, it becomes this sensible, fixed income, non-correlated, foundational asset, as Van will tell you. That's how that goes. And this is where you can be the beneficiary of your own policy. Let me just finish this up. Look, release your full power in this business by unshackling yourself from false and unproductive practice management advice. And it's everywhere. And that's why productivity is crap in this business. The average agent in this country does not sell 15 apps a year. Life app, 15! Van says, what did you do on like Thursday? Think about it. We can't let this business get away from us, because if it does, we won't have, and Van says it's the best time ever to be in the business. I agree. And if we don't hang on to this, if we don't preserve, promote, and propel the noble profession of selling life insurance, there won't be one. And I about had it up to here. It's my favorite song, actually. So here's what you can do. Take advantage of Solus. Look us up, solusstars.com, powerofplatinum.com. It's a program on that charitable stuff. Welcome to do that. You get some brochures from our booth at the back. But listen, thank you very much. Thanks for putting up with me. God bless you all. Thank you.